Kia ora, g'day, welcome back once again. Here, this time with, I guess, something a little bit different, but it's been interesting nonetheless. Received a couple of comments from people and a couple of messages via email saying, hey, Joe, hope all is well. Have you checked out the comments on some of your videos recently? There's quite a lot and there's some interesting statements, input being had or discussions being had, conversations. So, yeah, I have noticed, I have had a look. I've tried to respond to a whole bunch, which I have done. And then I've just gone and had a look this morning. So Sunday the 14th, and seen a whole bunch more. So I'm going to react to, well, not react, try and, I suppose it is a bit of a reaction, and then respond to some of them based on what's going on through my head as the comments and stuff are there anyway. I'll try and get through these as well as I can. This one's in regards, so at Vincent Lopez 3098, he was Delta, but he got kicked out of the unit as well. So that's in regards to John McPhee. Cool, thanks for that. Yeah, I have heard that from other people that have commented that as well. And that does come about. I've finished my reaction to the Antihero podcast. I think it took me about 7 goes to get through the hour 45 or so from their podcast. But I've done that. I've also done a reaction to Nate from Valhalla VFT and what I think the video that he did, Throne of Lies, man, really, some really sad stuff in there. I share my opinion in there, but I can share part of it now. I think it's pretty, there's some, it may be Freedom of Information Act. I get it. And maybe, you can ask for it and have access to it. But I didn't think it was cool to go broadcasting somebody's private personal stuff with regards to what's happened. Call me old fashioned, but that's for I guess John McPhee to reconcile with. And if he's somebody that wants to go around doing what he's doing, then so be it. I suppose it leave people, I guess, to make their own decisions based on their perspective or thoughts of what they're hearing. But anyway, it's that. Next one, this was from David. From Dave. Good on you for getting out there and doing it, brother. Windy, all right? Yes, okay. So that was just on the live that I did nearing the end, the downhill stretch of my pack march yesterday. User dash, you can see it on there. Love your channel. Keep it up. Are Australian commandos more similar to British Royal Marines commandos or SASR? I don't really know a lot about the British Royal Marine commandos, my friend, so I can't answer that question. I can't. Reminds me of resistance to interrogation. I can't answer that question. I can't answer that question with any sort of authenticity or knowledge, first-hand knowledge of what the British Royal Marine commandos are like. Sorry about that. Joe, great, you're mentoring up and coming people. Yep. Yeah, I've been enjoying that. Cheers, Dave. Oh, heck, yeah. I did see this. I'm pretty sure I have read it. This is from a friend of mine, Damien Porter, good man over there in Perth, Western Australia. He's got his own channel, the Straight Talk Mind and Muscle podcast, I think is what it's still called. He's interviewed a whole bunch of awesome people, including Jamie Pinnell, including DJ Shipley, who I believe is a friend of Damien's. And in here, he's got, as you can see here, I just heard my name. John was on twice. Oh, okay, so I didn't know that. So he's on Damien Porter's show or podcast twice. He told the story of the parachute jump, but I think he said Panama. Okay, I haven't seen that because I haven't watched his interview with Damien Porter. And that he walked on a compound tibia fracture 15 kilometers from memory. This guy lied to my face, and so did Lieutenant Colonel Dave Grossman. I don't know who that is. I haven't seen that one. So, thanks for the info, Damo. I haven't seen, and I don't know who Lieutenant Colonel Dave Grossman is. But, man, it's tough. That said, there were good things. Sob, so Sheriff of Baghdad, John McPhee said, in on the show, Pearls of Wisdom, but why would someone like TK need to lie, Tim Kennedy need to lie? Then I watch Valhalla Tactical with the Freedom of Information request documents that McPhee did to a female. OMG, uncle. Yeah, so like I said, I've done a reaction to that. I've posted that up. I think I posted that one because I ended up doing a reaction to it before I had completed the Antihero podcast one. So anyway, that'll come up in the coming days. Austin 316 DTA, Jamie Caldwell, John's teammate, A Squadron, did a great breakdown of Tora Bora on the Team House YouTube channel a couple of years back. 100% what Brent is saying. Jamie is a class act. There you go. Thanks for that, Austin. Appreciate your time and input here. I haven't seen that interview either with Jamie Caldwell, but if what he's saying is lining up with what Brent is saying based on the various people that Brent has spoken with, that's still an incredible piece of history and an experience to be a part of, without trying to fluff it up with all the hoopla around it. So anyway, I'll look to try to get to and have a look at that one with Jamie Caldwell's interview on the Team House. At Left Hand Black, yes, the shooting of some bloody music playing. Must be one of those humbugs of the bike and the speakers again. Sorry about that. Anyway, at Left Hand Black, yes, the shooting of Charlie was a low-down act. Oh, yeah, okay, because I spoke a little bit about that in my live yesterday during the Pack March, because people have asked if I would give my thoughts on it. That some people have said they'd be interested to hear my thoughts. Yeah, thanks for that. I don't know why, but yep. So, yes, shooting of Charlie was a low-down act. A meme highlighted it best for me. And image with MLK, Malcolm X, Kennedy, and Kennedy Jr., Charlie Kirk, in an image with the words, "You don't get assassinated for lying." Wow. I haven't seen that. It has got lower, some outright celebrating it, others complete a-holes making T-shirts and models of the shooting to sell. Far out. Nothing is sacred. The death of the Ukrainian girl has become obscured too. Oh, man. Yeah, I got sent a message asking for me to react to it. Man, I watched that video. I watched it on, I saw Megyn Kelly's take, a big personality on the internet, on the interwebs and stuff. She comes with some passion in there too. I haven't watched it fully. I was sort of skip watching it. But man, that is unreal how that dude just stands up from behind, coward, and just attacks her, stabbing her in the neck, from what I believe. The death of the Ukrainian girl has become obscured too. From what I've seen and heard, she left the Ukraine to try to find peace in America, maybe the American dream, etc., etc., only to be murdered on a bus. It's just crazy. P.S. Good to see you out and about, although my knees are in bits just imagining that weight. Cheers, at Left Hand Black. Always good to hear from you, bro. Appreciate your support. And anybody as well, whether you're a member or not. But yeah, that Ukrainian stabbing, far out. I don't even know. Hopefully they've got that twat. What a dickhead. That poor woman and her family. Anyway, at Ron Watsney 2530. I don't mean to try to gloss over that. I just want to go through the Ukrainian female that got stabbed and murdered on the bus or train, I think it was. But I'll just try and go through these comments that are in here first. And as I mentioned, some people have reached out asking me to have a look at that one. Yeah, tragic, man. Anyway, at Ron Wasney 2530. Anyway, you can see that there. Something doesn't add up if the police. Okay, so this is in regards to the Tom Phillips outcome. Something doesn't add up if the police officer was shot in the eye with a high-powered rifle. He couldn't be, or maybe it's supposed to be wouldn't. He wouldn't be here. News report said he was hit 4 times by Phillips. Oh, I didn't hear that. I didn't see a report. Maybe there's been other reports come out saying he was hit 4 times. I've seen what appears to be 4 bullet holes in the windscreen, sort of seems spread out across the windscreen, but I didn't hear any media reports saying that the police officer was shot or hit 4 times. Anyway, more like they counted the 3 strikes on the windscreen, which appears to not have penetrated the screen. Sounds like he had a 22 semi-automatic. Okay, maybe. That first I've heard. Thanks for that. Your input, Ron, at Ron. I'll just say Ron because I don't want to be saying your surname, if that is your surname, incorrectly. Next one, at Roscoe. Oh, I did see this one. This is in regards to my reaction on the Anti-Hero podcast. How are we going for time? Yep. At Roscoe.the.pro.dosa. That comment, I didn't know if it... Oh, no, sorry. This isn't the one that I'm thinking of. I'm thinking of another one, which... it's the one below it. Bet 2. Okay, so Roscoe, your comment, that comment, I didn't know if it was outgoing or incoming mortifier, was the dumbest comment I've ever heard a veteran come out with. It's pretty damn easy to tell which end you're on. One end you stay alive, and the other you normally don't. One end you hear a pop, the other it's bang. And a laughing emoji you can see in there. So, yep, valid point, bro. Good comments. And so I don't have anything to add to that. Just thanks for your time and comments here. This next one is the one that I thought was the one that I was about to read. So at bet 331. I'll say this 10,000 times over and over again. He's 1 million times the man all these cowards will ever be. They want to belittle him because they could never lick his boots. John is a pillar, and those who know. Rest are trying to make money off his name. Cowards. Well, clearly a supporter of Mr. McPhee, and all good if that's the case. If you're a supporter of John, hey, all good. Thank you for your time and putting your comments in here. Made me laugh. I actually wasn't sure if this person was just taking the mick first, but no, it seems like they're genuine, and that's all good. If John is somebody that you look up to, and he's a stand-up person, then and maybe you maybe you think people want to lick his boots. That made me laugh, crack up. John being a pillar, and those who know. Okay. I don't know if people are trying to make money off his name. Cowards. Yeah, I don't know. I don't know if they're being cowards by putting their faces on the net as well to I suppose be to be on the receiving end of any backlash that's come. I still haven't read the comments of the Valhalla video. I haven't read the comments of the Anti-Hero podcast video that they've done in regards to John McPhee. But I'm sure there'll be some colourful comments in there probably. Yeah, okay. So you think he's a pillar and a great dude. Each to their own, eh? Each to their own. Yeah, I'll leave that at that. I don't have anything else to add to your comment, bro. Good for you. Now, what's this one? Back to Tom Phillips at OGNUEZY. 1044. The route Tom took after the burglary is pretty much a one-way in, one-way out road that travels towards Tom's hometown, and the area police already thought he may have been hiding. Okay, thanks for that. Should probably mention that in regards to there's been some comments and stuff around how did the police know where to lay the spikes or whatever. So I think I did hear bits and pieces that the police, used a hunch, whatever you want to call it, in terms of the direction that they thought he might be going. That's all I've heard, though. I don't know anything else about it. At Christian Maver, appreciate you, bro. One of the regular supporters here on the channel. Great video, Joe. As Chopper said, a walking contradiction, partly truth and partly fiction. Sounds like that applies to Mr. McPhee. Yeah, I mean, I find it personally. I've found it hard to, as I've completed that whole video and my reaction to it, I found it really hard to believe a heck of a lot of stuff of what John has spoken about. I think it sounds like it's been embellished too much, and or potentially, when something or when things like that are happening, and there's a number of things that they highlight in their video and their reaction to John's interview on the Sean Ryan show, it makes it hard to then, for me, it makes it hard to then believe, even if the person does start telling the truth. It can make it pretty hard to believe that. Oh, actually, there's probably one thing that I should have mentioned. Back to Bet 000331. Maybe John has turned things around. I know he's done a heck of a lot of interviews in what seems like recent times, because they seem to be popping up on my feed, probably because of the reactions that I've done. And if he's turning around trying to make better choices or easing up with regards to the experiences that he's talking about and dialing back the maybe the somewhat embellished or somewhat made up aspects of the stories. I don't know. Again, I don't know his story. Then cool. Everybody makes mistakes, and if he's trying to make some of those things right, good on him. But if he isn't, if he's just staying that line and gonna keep going ride or die, then yeah, sounds a bit suspect enough as it is. All right, how are we going for time? Nearly 20 minutes. Next one, at Captain Kev Hodaki Golf. Joe, you mentioned there is 3 children to think about. So this is in regards to Tom Phillips. There is 4. There is 4. We may find out more this Thursday when suppression orders are lifted. Very sad. Holy heck. I have heard and seen, I think somebody mentioned some comments about a suppression order in one of my other videos, reacting to some of the comments that have been put in, specifically to Tom Phillips' reaction video that I did. And here's another one. There is 4. So you mentioned there's 3 children. That's all I know. That's all I've ever seen is the 3 children. Ember was 1. Damn, I forgot the other 2 children's name. 2 girls and a boy, from what I understand. So I've only known there to be 3 children. There is 4. I've never heard there's 4 children. I heard they've been on the run for 4 years. But actually, there was another comment. Somebody said that that they heard, I think in one of the other videos that I did the reaction to, and I was reading through the comments, somebody in the comments said that they heard that the 12-year-old daughter possibly had a baby, but they weren't sure. And I was like, oh, and that's where I think I might have heard the suppression, or might have read the suppression piece. So there is 4. We may find out more this Thursday when suppression orders are lifted. Very sad. Holy heck, 4 children. Yeah, no comment from me on that one. My mind is blinking, racing with regards to what that may be talking about. I hope it's not what I'm thinking with regards to the oldest child, who was only 12. I hope it's nothing to do with her. Yeah, anyway, thanks for that, at Captain Kev Hodaki Golf. Appreciate your time and the comment here. Yeah, I probably will be interested to have a look and a listen to that. At Charlie29, appreciate you too, bro. Your support is awesome. Okay, you're responding to the challenge announcement. Yes, this would be great. Happy to tag along. Are you thinking one way or a return trip? So I can't remember what I put in there. I know it was in regards to putting out the challenge, or accepting the challenge with regards to walking the escarpment with a 25 kg pack and a full 20-litre jerry can. Doing that trick, that'll take me a few hours. But I'd put in there, yeah, I'll do that if I reached a certain number, so 50,000 subscribers, or if I reached 100,000 subscribers, then I'd do it with the pack and 2 jerry cans. In 4 weeks' time, I think was the time frame that I put down. So I don't remember what that cutoff date is from here, but I don't expect to get anywhere near it. but I figured, yeah, so a few people had asked, actually, and I think that's what triggered me going, well, yeah, I can do it. I would do it, but see if I can create a win-win. People that want to see footage of me doing it and do a bit of a live along the way as well at different points. and if I can increase the channel growth for my own personal gain. But yeah, I don't expect that to happen. But here's one of the guys, one of the awesome supporters of the channel, saying that he'd be happy to tag along. It's like, oh, have you got a whole day? Have you got a whole day spare? No, I don't know how many hours. It's about 9.5 or 9.1 hours, depending on where you start from. I think it's probably closer to 9.5 kilometers. I think I might have said 9.5 hours. So 9.5 kilometers one way, or 9.1 kilometers one way, depending on where you start from, and or where you go to and finish. And so it'd be about 18 to 19 clicks round trip there and back. So I was just thinking one way when I put that post up. So anyway, we'll see what happens. Maybe people might subscribe or join if I do a return trip. So we'll see. At this stage, nothing's happening on that because we're nowhere near that. Man, there's a few. How many more? Oh, excellent. I think we're nearing the end. Okay, so I will finish off. I was thinking I was just going to pause this here. At Fright F. This is in regards to Tom Phillips reaction I did. Of course, the mainstream news is not a great source for info, but it is tragic when any life is lost. Yep, agreed. Prayers go out to the children and loved ones. Agreed also. Also, those involved firsthand, such as the constable, well wishers, even just those around, need some recovery from what happened. Agreed as well. Who knows how much more of an impact this situation has had on people. Conjecture surround any events until the full investigation has come to light. The IPCA have that in their hands. I think that's what's that? Independent Police something. So they're going to do, they'll be doing an investigation in regards to this whole tragic and sad event and outcome that's taken place with Tom Phillips. Devon6063, this channel is awesome. Keep it up, brother. From the mighty Waikato. Kia ora, bro. Mana wave to you in the Waikato. Appreciate your time and your comment and your support. Christian Maver, another one. Good on you, Joe, for your thoughts, for people wanting to try out for the regiment. Excellent work, and hope people get a lot out of it. Yeah, I hope so too. Thanks for that, Christian. Yeah, that was in. You might be able to see there the Q&A response video that I did to one of the people that sent through their question about wanting to join. And yeah, this one's a dagger. I've missed this one. At Oddie4391. Hi, Joe. Would be cool to see your view on the Charlie Kirk assassination over in the US. That's another one of the comments. Sorry, I missed that one. I've seen comments on some of my other videos, which I responded to, and I've received some emails with a list of things, including the young Ukrainian woman that I mentioned earlier that was tragically murdered on I think it was a bus or train. Sorry if I got that wrong. But either way, she was murdered by an idiot, a coward idiot who, I don't know what's going on in his head, who thinks he's some sort of hero or legend or tough guy, stabbing a woman rapidly in the neck from behind while she's just looks like she's just on her phone. So anyway, Charlie Kirk assassination over in the US. I might have to have a look at that. There's been a few requests on that. I don't know much about him. I think I touched on that when I was doing the live in my downhill part of my little stomp yesterday. But yeah, man, there's a whole bunch more of comments which I think I've pretty much already responded to, so that's why they're not showing here. I'll go through and respond to these as well with a bit of a brief comment, and then I'll put this video up, trying to play around with the blurring out of things, especially if the reckoning goes ahead. So I'll do a separate video on that as well. But hey, if you made it this far to listen to me ramble on and read out some of the comments in some of the videos that have gone up, thank you. Appreciate your time and your support and your input. And so I might do another one of these because there's a whole bunch of other ones. I think I can bring up the comments that have already gone, even though I've already answered them. So I think I might do another video on that because there's some hearty and some hard case comments in there as well. So anyway, message is the same. As always, anybody going through any dark times, challenges, difficulties, man, just keep turning up, keep staying in the fight, put one foot in front of the other and take one day at a time. Just be a good person to other people, regardless of your situation, whether things are going well or whether things are going miserable for you at the moment. Just try and do good and be a good person to other people. Don't be like some of those idiots out there that want to murder people just for no good reason, just stupidity. But anyway, it's tough. I know that things are hard, and I know that you, me, we, people that you know, are probably going through some hard times. But if one thing I know to be true is that through just maybe somewhat stubbornness, but discipline, consistency, patience, and just a desire to want to try to be better, do better, make things happen in a more positive light, good things can do and will happen. So just stick at it. As always, go always a little further. Remember, who dares wins and who cares wins. And until the next video, there's a big mana wave coming from me to you, filled with my aroha, respect, appreciation, and gratitude for you all.